Pretty privilege is real. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on.
I'm struggling. I'm really struggling here to see where the pretty privilege is.
What do you think about pretty privilege? Do you benefit from it? Do your peers benefit from it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena, and today we are talking about pretty privilege and a really big debate that was on TikTok not too long ago. If you are new here, welcome, or welcome back. It's been a little bit, but I miss you guys. I've been doing some traveling lately, and there's some new things in my life that I cannot talk about quite yet, but I appreciate y'all staying with me throughout this journey. I'm still trying to post consistently, at least once a week. I know there was a period where I was doing 3 times a week, and that was amazing. Felt amazing. Hopefully I can get back to that. But just know during this period of my life, and I cannot talk about it right now, I'm still trying to do once a week, minimum. I hope to get into some sort of groove by the end of this month. So we'll see, and y'all know I'll keep you updated with all of that. Pretty privilege, that's been talked about for a while, but when Miss Tameka made her video, I think TikTok went crazy. And I don't want to say a hot take, but I noticed something that I don't think anyone else has noticed, and I want to talk about that today. So let me know if you've noticed this too. So there is this lady on TikTok. Her handle is Tameka's Journey, and her name, it says motivate and inspire. If you look back at her previous videos, she does all kinds of stuff. I think a lot of it is talking about her weight loss journey. She's in her 50s now, but I think she recently lost a lot of weight. She's just kind of documenting her journey through that. I think she also has a little bit of commentary on her TikTok as well. And her bio says, here for fun while on a journey to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I'm going to play her TikTok in full. And again, please tell me what you think. Then we're going to dissect it. Then we're going to dive into responses on TikTok. And apparently there's someone who knows this lady in real life, and they say some stuff. So we'll talk about that in a second. Check out her video.
Pretty privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. I have seen people gravitate towards me and then all of a sudden like compliment me on my eyes, my skin color, my hair, whatever. Right? So it's real. People do actually, I guess treat me differently because of it. Now, because of it, the different treatment is not always good. Okay? Sometimes the treatment is negative and it's bad. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on. So I'm gonna need you people who hate on people who are pretty to at least take into consideration that we getting it out here. Like, we already getting it. We don't need it from you as well. Like, for real, like, give us a break. I mean, be mad at moms and dad. Huh? We didn't do it. We didn't ask to be put here to look like this. Okay? Whatever we was mixed up with, it's here, and we didn't have anything to do with it. So I was in a public spot a few weeks ago, and there was a gentleman who was talking to me more than he was talking to the other ladies in the room. And ever since then, those ladies have been treating me like shit. And it wasn't my fault. He was just talking to me. I mean, probably because I was confident enough to speak back to him. I don't know. But they was hating. And they've been treating me like shit ever since. So y'all, be kind. Be kind to us pretty girls. We out here scraggling.
Now, the first few seconds or so, I was appreciating what she had said, because she's saying pretty privilege is real. It's nice when someone acknowledges their privilege in general, right? We don't really see that quite often. But the minute that she had this specific look in her eye, I'm going to play it right here.
Now, because of it, the different treatment is not always good.
That is a look that I've noticed in people when, I'm not trying to be mean, okay? Because I think Tameka is really pretty. But you know when someone has been told that they're cute and then they just run with that? It sounds so bad. But like, if someone's been told that they're cute, they have this look in their eye and they just walk around with this aura like, I know I'm cute. That's what I get. And then it's this aura that's more so arrogant and not confident, if that makes sense. So the minute that she has this look in her eye and that smirk on her face, I was like, it's a done deal. I don't think this lady is being genuine anymore in her video. I don't know this lady, but I did not like that look in her eye. And listen, I'm almost 30. I feel like I've had, unfortunately, maybe fortunately, enough life experience to observe people's mannerisms and body language. And you just know when someone looks like that, they want you to listen to what they have to say when they have that look in their eye and they love the sound of their voice, in a sense. Not saying that Tameka is like that all the time, but with what she says after that, I totally agree with people saying that she's talking about colorism, okay? I did not like that she was saying, because I have this hair color, because of the color of my eyes, because of the color of my skin, because of my hair texture, I get doted on. That's why people gravitate towards me. That's why people do this to me. That's why people do that to me. You know, it could be very well true, but it's interesting that you assume that, and if someone is talking to you, acknowledging you, looking you in the eyes, not everyone thinks you're cute. And that's where it's dangerous, because if someone says something nice about you and then you run with it and then you think everyone thinks that, that's where it can get dangerous. And then also, the internet will humble you quick. Not me. I think Tameka's pretty. Just let's get that out there now.
So after our original video blew up, Miss Ma'am decided to post a response video for us. If you've seen the original post and you've combed through all the comments, you would see that most of them look like this one. They're letting her know very gently and kindly that she is describing colorism and not pretty privilege. She decided to take that as an insult. She thinks that we're all trying to tell her that she's not pretty and that we're all haters. We're just all collectively hating on her for no reason. What I'm really worried about is that she's been on this earth for 50 years and she is confused. She doesn't seem to understand colorism at all. The only example she can give of her pretty privilege is somebody paying for her meal at a bar, or when other women hate on her for getting attention from a man. Little does she know that most women experience that level of attention from men. It's a very small section of the population that doesn't experience that every time they leave the house, okay? Pretty privilege gives you opportunities that no one else can get. If you want a real example of what pretty privilege is, go ahead and look at Lori Harvey, all right? Respectfully, we've got to learn the difference between disagreeing and hating on somebody, just like you need to learn the difference between colorism and pretty privilege.
If I call myself pretty right now, I think the internet's gonna come for me, just in general. Or if I say I'm tired of people hitting on me every single day, the internet will be like, why would they do that with you? Blah, 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 blah. And so I think it becomes a line of arrogance versus confidence again. And when she says things like, don't blame us, blame our parents, it's like, well, why do you think that you're getting gravitated towards? Is it because the color of your skin? That screams colorist to me. Is it because the texture of your hair? That seems colorist to me. Your eyes? Going back through history, if you were classified as an octoroon or a mulatto, we all know that you got more privileges, treated better by the masters. It does date back to history. And a lot of people are calling this out. So because the video is deleted, I don't have any original comments, but let's dive into what other people have been saying in response to Tameka's viral video.
I hate to say this and I don't mean to sound rude, but is this you? Okay. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling here to see where the pretty privilege is. And so here's the thing. When pretty privilege is centered around the male gaze, that's when you become a pick-me. She's a 50-year-old woman, hard 50. Work on you, ma'am.
I wanted to read the caption of their video on TikTok because I did see some comments under her video that I thought were interesting. And she says, now ma'am, at that big age of 50, that pretty privilege boat sailed ages ago. Light skin, curly hair, and light eyes does not equate to automatic pretty privilege. What benefits are you actually getting other than a few compliments and the perception that other women are hating on you? I wasn't going to say too much because they are already dragging her in the comments from the roots to the tuta. But ma'am, hashtag pretty privilege, hashtag colorism, hashtag feature. Someone says people gravitate towards me and they have ET all dressed up or dolled up. That woman was describing colorism, not pretty privilege. They complimented her eyes, skin tone, and hair, but not her actual features. And then a lot of people are putting selfies and they say, but anyway, because I think they're saying you don't have to have this lady's hair texture, color of her skin or the same color eyes for people to gravitate towards you. There's beautiful women in all shades, especially dark-skinned women, which her saying because of the color of my skin and eyes, to me that's just very colorist in my opinion. I also wanted to say that she's very open in the fact that she was on a GLP-1 medication and she had a big weight loss, and so I'm observing that she has some wrinkles, and I think that's because of the weight loss. I don't think it's necessarily due to her age, but if you have a major weight loss, have you heard of Ozempic face? Where you lose weight in such a short amount of time, your face kind of droops. I think she has that. I'm not a doctor, but a lot of people are saying because she has wrinkles that she looks older than she is. And if you look back at her older photos, she did not have any wrinkles. So it does seem like it was a very recent weight loss, and I think that's what caused her skin to droop a little bit. Again, I do think she's very pretty, but people are coming for her for that. So I just wanted to highlight that too. I do love her confidence. I just think that, in my opinion, it got kind of arrogant because of her colorist comments, and she thinks because she's light-skinned that people are gravitating towards her. But a lot of people who have a major weight loss, they do say that people start to notice you more than before. You'll notice different changes in how people treat you. A lot of people have said that they feel that they're more visible now. People acknowledge them and they get more privileges because of that, because they're thinner, or people are perceiving them as more beautiful than before.
Things nobody talks about when you lose weight. I lost over 70 pounds. Was 230, now I'm 159. People will treat you better. It's true. I get asked that so often. Did you get treated better? People nicer? Strangers nicer? Yes, 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 yes. And it's not even some schizophrenic. Like every single fat person, ex-fat person that I've talked to, they say the same thing. Yeah, people are nicer. It also goes hand in hand with the fact that you fit societal standards better. Societal beauty standards. I was never ugly. Never. You can't say my face was ever ugly. Fun fact, the most offensive that people could ever tell me when I was fat was, you have such a pretty face. Because you just fully told me your body is bonkers. Like, that's so rude. That pissed me off so bad. They'd be like, yeah, your friend, she has a nice face. Yeah. Yes, partially I'm able to present myself in a different way, and I'm able to be more confident in my body, and that shows. But undeniably, people treat me better now because I've lost weight. Specifically, even people that I used to not talk to, who I grew up around, who never really made an effort to talk to me or even stop to say hi to me or have a conversation with me, they've gone out of their way to try to do that in person, through message, etc., to congratulate my weight loss. And they never acknowledged my presence in real life. They managed to poke to say congrats on losing weight, so you always saw me, so I was always there. I don't think societal beauty standards are inherently a bad thing. I do think that it's kind of toxic to an extent, especially when you're experiencing both ends of it. But I have to make another video on that. There's so much I have to say about this.
So I think that's a major factor in what she's saying. But again, the colorist comments. So a TikToker based in Atlanta, her name is Maricola. She has almost 55,000 followers on TikTok during the time of filming. She had made a video saying that she knows Tameka in real life and basically validates what people are saying in response to Tameka, that Tameka is colorist and that Tameka is crazy. So check out this video by Maricola.
Y'all know that story time I did years ago about how I lost a best friend and how me and her mom got into it, where we almost got into a physical altercation? This is the mother. Yeah, this is Tameka. Meet Tameka, everyone. Round of applause, round of applause. This is Tameka. She's just as delusional as she was years ago. And what's so interesting to me, now that I've matured into a grown woman, I have realized that people who have went their whole life without being put in their place will continue to perpetuate lies if you let them. Because she has been saying these same somber ass truths to her life since I was a teenager. Yeah, the same rhetoric, a coon, because that's what she is. And something that I think is so interesting is that you're sitting up here trying to convince the world that you suffered from pretty privilege because you were light-skinned with colored eyes and curly hair, when in actuality you just suffered from racism at the hands of your own family members, your siblings, might I add. You and your brother were the only two mixed children in your family of rednecks. And they bullied y'all for it. They called y'all niggers. And they still continue to call y'all niggers. But y'all just grew to accept it because y'all love y'all family. That's what I was told. And to mind my business. Because it's family business. Remember that? Or we don't remember that because we don't want to tell the world the truth. Something else that I think is so interesting is also when light-skinned women who aren't pretty claim that they suffered from pretty privilege because they were light-skinned with, you know, colored eyes and curly hair, the features that people assume will make you attractive, and they're just ugly. You suffered from racism and being ugly, and you were fat. So no, you had nobody hated on you because you were just so pretty. People hated on you because you were a bitch. You were a mean, evil spirited fat bitch. That's what you were. You know something else? I just think it's so embarrassing for your daughter to represent Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and this is what you do. You continue to be a coon, even when you have every resource at your disposal to not be.
People under Miracola's video are so messy. Someone said, one creator said, you got pretty ingredients, but it didn't get baked well. Someone compares her to, I'm sorry, this is an actor in Step Brothers. I forget his name. There goes E.T. again. To think a few years ago I wanted nothing to do with TikTok, and now it's my prime source of entertainment. I know. You can tell she's been saying this for years. Light skin privilege and pretty privilege is not the same, and I can't wait for people to understand that. People are saying that Tameka responded to Miracola, but Tameka deleted her video. I did find a creator who recorded snippets of Tameka's response, so check this out.
I recently posted a video that went viral for the wrong reasons.
All right, Tameka, we listening.
I have since taken it down in all the related videos, and I do want to say a couple things. First, I will be addressing Miracle, the young lady who has done a stitch and it went viral. I will be addressing that. Just give me a second. But first, I want to apologize. I want to apologize to all the people who I've offended, all the people who I've pissed off. I meant nothing by that video. I wasn't trying to bash the young crowd. I wasn't trying to bash anybody who's got more melanin than me. I wasn't trying to bash anybody who's more prettier than me. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty girl, and I was just saying some stuff to just have some fun. Like, I like to, you know, have some fun sometimes. I'm somewhat of a clown, and sometimes I say the wrong okay? So I basically said something in the wrong way that pissed a lot of people off. I want to say I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just talking, okay? That being said, Miracle. Miracle, miracle. First off, baby, let me just tell you that you have turned out to be a beautiful young lady on the outside. But your insides need some work. So Miracle was my daughter's friend in, I think, middle school and high school and a little bit in college. And to me, she was a sweet young lady until stuff popped off. But she, during COVID, she was in college. She and my daughter were both in college at different places. But when they all made them come home, she didn't really have a place comfortable enough that she wanted to come home to. And so she asked me, could she come stay with us? I was like, yeah. I took her in, treated her as if she were mine. That didn't go too well. And it ended up in the police being called. Like, it was a bad situation. And she's been bullying my daughter on the internet ever since. Will my daughter respond to it? Absolutely not. So people are going to my daughter's page right now saying, are you going to take up for your mom? No, she won't. She will not be. I have asked her not to. My daughter is more mature than that, and she's not going to get off into that immature stuff, okay? So, but Miracle, I can't, for the life of me, understand you fat shaming somebody. Miracle called me a fat bitch, okay? I think a fat, ugly bitch, if I'm being exact.
Okay, so that must be the part that Tameka's really mad about.
I can't for the life of you understand you fat shaming anybody knowing what you went through, baby, as a child. I can't understand that. And I'm not with knocking somebody, while they down or, whatever. So that's that on that. Miracle is the young lady who recently, I think within the last 4 or 5 months, was issued a warrant for her arrest because she beat an Uber driver up. That was a news reporter, I think.
Oh, you trying to spill TT.
So that's who Miracle is. And Miracle had a lot to say about my family. She had a lot to say about my daughter, both of them. She ended up telling my daughter while she was doing her bullying rants that, imagine being a child, being in your teens, and one of your friends, after your sister dies, goes onto the internet because she's upset with you and tells you to go to hell with your dead sister.
Now, Miracle, that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice at all.
Who does that? Like, who does that? That is so mean. that is so mean, Miracle. And I hope that you go and get you the mental help that you need, so that you don't have to be mean to people. That's mean girl energy right there. And I really hope you go and get you some help for that. I don't know what, I know hurt people, but baby, you got to let this go. You've been bullying my daughter, and now you done started on my family. Now my family's racist, and all this, like, you're doing the most. And so ultimately, you guys can believe her. You guys can believe what you want to believe, whichever side you want to believe. That's up to you. I am neither here nor there with it. I'm okay with whatever way y'all want to believe, because don't none of y'all pay my bills at the end of the day.
Okay, well, excuse us, Miss Tameka, honey.
And at the end of the day, I still believe I'm a pretty woman. So I want to again say I'm sorry that the words that I said pissed people off. And I hope that this actually helps you all heal from my internet abuse.
Tameka, why you smiling and laughing so much when you said that?
Because I didn't know. I was like, what the f-? So yeah, it helped my algorithm though. Thank you, TikTok, for actually sending stuff out. But it's a shame that only the negatives get sent out, because I have a whole lot of positive that don't go out. So we got a long way to go in America, and I hope you all are having a good day. And I'm gonna go ahead and have the day that I deserve. I love y'all. Bye.
Well, y'all heard what Miracle had to say. Y'all heard what Tameka had to say. Girl, oh Lord, that's too much time.
Tell me what you thought of this whole situation down below. Do you feel like Tameka's video had some colorist implications? Do you feel like it didn't? Do you feel like Tameka has pretty privilege? Do you have experiences with pretty privilege, whether it's with you or your friend, ex-friend, family member? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright y'all, that is it for today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.